guys, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. If you guys haven't met Heather yet, this is Heather. She's my friend and accountability partner, and this is her first time on my channel.
Yeah.
She specializes in digital media. You should check her out. I'll put her links in the description below. But she inspired me to start this YouTube channel. I've had the channel. I think I had 2 videos prior to having her help me with it, and she really inspired me to do this. So because of her, I have all of you.
Yay!
Yeah. So we are on an entrepreneur retreat today. This is our last day, and I just kind of wanted to touch on entrepreneur retreats. I feel like it's just something that in the last year has become a really popular thing, and I wanted to just talk to you guys about the benefits and kind of what has happened in less than 24 hours. We had a very short retreat here in Fullerton, and to jump to the ending, it was great.
It was great, and I think it's something that people take for granted because you don't realize how lonely entrepreneurship is, even if you have coworkers or business partners and stuff like that. I mean, there's just this constant pressure of survival, and growth and all of that. So to be able to get out of that constant state of pressure and get out of your element and be in a place where it's like, we're supporting each other, we're brainstorming, we're being creative, we're exercising different parts of our brain muscles, where it's not just like everything means of course it's important, but
Right.
It's just different and rejuvenating. It's so good.
Yeah. And we meet regularly.
At least once a week.
Virtually online, because we grew up in the same area, but we don't live near each other anymore. So we both drove, a couple hours each way to meet kind of in the middle here in Fullerton. But, as much as we meet and as much as we talk, being face to face and having just that interaction in person is huge. So a couple things that I wanted to kind of share with everyone is, one, why did we even want to do this?
That's a good question. I don't remember when the idea first came up, but I think it's because I had seen other entrepreneurs do it. And these are entrepreneurs that I admire. And I'm always trying to, learn from them because I want to be at their level. And so if there's a way that I can implement some of their techniques and strategies to what I'm doing, that's definitely something I want to do. And so we went into it not really knowing that we wanted to dedicate time and be somewhere else. But beyond that, it was just kind of we'll figure it out as we go.
Yeah. And I think part of it too was Heather and I, at different times, after we decided that we were going to do this, was we were suffering from burnout, or we were overanalyzing our situations. We were thinking too hard. We were starting to get frustrated. And I think as time went on, we were at first thinking, we just need a way to kind of level up. That's, I think, what we were thinking. But I think a big part of it as time went on was more I just need to get away. I need to get out of, what she said, my element, because I'm thinking too hard. I'm stressing too much. And I'm not just embracing the whole part of entrepreneurship, which is the difficulties, and that's something that all of us experience. As seasoned or as new as you are, it's never going to really go away. And I think that's because we had this discussion yesterday. We're always pushing for more.
Yeah. And it's so important to take that time to reflect, and set new goals. And I don't think you can do that if you're constantly in the grind. There was a flash of panic for me. I have so much to do, but that's the thing. There's always going to be a million things on the to-do list. And if you don't prioritize and make time for something like this, I'm so glad we did it because gosh, now we definitely see the benefits and we even want to do a longer one next time.
Yeah. And I think for those of you that have seen people do entrepreneur retreats and just kind of think, oh, attending one of those with an entrepreneur you look up to or a business person that you see is like throwing one, and you kind of think to yourself, oh, I can't afford that, or I can't do it. I think this is also why we've kind of just said, yeah, we can't afford those either, so we're just gonna make one.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it happen.
Exactly.
And a lot of times when you're looking on social media or you're looking on there at people that you look up to and you see the prices for these things, if you're able to, by all means, I encourage it. But if you're not, something budget friendly is still so valuable. So
yeah, don't let it hold you back.
Yeah, I feel like that's where we were coming from, where we said, we are on a budget. Our money is going toward other things right now. So we do still, though, want to get away and kind of set ourselves up for success. And as much as we see each other virtually, this was a big deal.
Big deal.
When we were committing to doing it, I was all about it. And then as time was getting closer, I was like, I don't have time. My personal life stuff is happening. Maybe I should back out. So if you are in that space where you're thinking, I don't have the money for it, or I don't have time, or whatever it is, whatever the excuse may be, what kind of advice can you give them to get them out of that headspace and actually invest in themselves?
I think the thing that was holding me back again goes back to I know the value of what's on my to-do list and like why I need to do all those things, but I didn't know what I was going to get out of an entrepreneur retreat aside from like, the pretty pictures I see on Instagram and how happy and productive everyone looks.
Yeah, we were planning straight up like a 3-hour photo shoot.
Yeah. I think it's important to find someone, at least one person that you trust, that you trust to the point that could be honest with you. And that they're coming from a place where they can be blunt and candid and, knowing that they're giving you that feedback because they want you to grow. And, none of that is going to take place in your daily grind. Like you need to get a way to do that. And I would 100% recommend, like, if you think there are more important things, then okay. But if you've never tried something like this, I encourage you to, maybe make a list of like, what do you want to get out of your retreat, and go try to create one with fellow entrepreneurs that you trust.
Yeah, and I think that goes with, any that you would even attend if you weren't even going to throw one.
Yeah.
What do you want to get out of a retreat? Some people want rest. Others want to kind of like what our objective was as time changed was we wanted to brainstorm. We had a project that I'll talk about in a second, but we had a project and we really wanted to tackle that, and we really wanted to like make big moves and get a lot done. And going off of what Heather said, when it came to finding someone that you trust, I can't express how important that really is, because there are tons of people out there that will tell you that they're giving you advice because they care, but what they're really doing is changing your vision, and I think that Heather and I have really found a valuable relationship in the sense that she cares immensely about my success. I care immensely about her success, but we know we have to do it on our terms.
Our terms, yeah.
So she would never change me and what my core value is and what I envision for my career, my business, or whatever it is. She just wants to make sure that I'm putting out the best that I can.
Yes,
and same goes for her. I think that finding that accountability partner or finding that person within your circle is the person that you need to go on the retreat with, and that's hard.
Can I plant a seed?
Yeah.
I'm just going to plant this seed. Do with it what you will. I told Carissa earlier, I was like, you know what? I think that we should team up in hosting a freaking awesome entrepreneur retreat that other people can go to.
I agree. The moment you said it, I was like, man, yes.
So if you're interested, let us know in the comments.
Yeah. Comment down below, because I would love to know. And I'd love to see like what kind of things that you guys expect, just, you know, at first hand. What do you expect comes out of an entrepreneur retreat? You know, because I had expectations. Every retreat I've realized has its own theme. I also want to talk about how we, and I think this is a funny conversation because I think a lot of people will kind of assume that there's immense planning that comes along with retreats and all that stuff. But I wanted to just be candid with everyone and just admittedly say, like, we did not really plan out, like, hour by hour or activity by activity what we were going to do. Yeah.
But we did it on like Tuesday.
Yeah.
And we left on Thursday. So I think the most important thing for Carissa and I, because we'd never done this before, was to block out the time, to invest the money. You know, it's one thing to talk about these ideas like, like we're going to eventually do that one day. But no, like we swiped a credit card, you know, like we made this happen. And I trust us and know us enough that we will make it happen when we get there.
I was telling her, I was like, okay, my objective has changed.
Yeah.
I need to do this thing and I want to make sure that I get a lot done while we're there. And I need your feedback to make sure that it's as solid and as good as it can be when I walk out the door. I think also if you're planning one or if you want to do this, even a solo retreat might even help.
Yeah.
I think it's just all about the act of investing in yourself and the act of doing it. That is a huge step because as entrepreneurs, we always put ourselves last.
I'm proud that we are here, you know, because there was so much for us to even get to this point.
Okay, and then the last thing I wanted to ask was if you were yourself in 2016 and knowing what you know now, you share a lot of this on your channel, but if you can share a little tidbit of like what you've observed about your relationship with me, your entrepreneurial journey, and throwing yourself back into day one, like what is something that you feel like you can share?
For my personal journey, okay, I'm just speaking for myself. It's not anything that I thought it was going to be. And that's because, you know, I think Carissa started her entrepreneurial journey very, very young, you know, where like in a completely different stage of life. And when I was starting, it's like everyone was getting married and like having kids and getting promoted and all this. And I was just like, peace out, I'm gonna go over here and try this other thing. I didn't realize how hard it was going to be. But the one thing I would tell myself, like if I were to go back to 2016, was it's so worth it. It is so worth it. Like I can't explain. I feel like I didn't start living until I started creating my own life the way I wanted to do it. And the beauty about entrepreneurship is that I could literally turn my passion into profit. I would not trade this for anything in the world.
A lot of people think that entrepreneurship is this glamorous thing, and I think only recently are people really starting to see what it's like, because people are starting to be really honest with the state of their business and all the struggles that they had to go through to get to, you know, their level of quote unquote success. I think the same thing all the time. When people ask me, I say the exact same thing. It's immensely hard, but worth it 100%. Last thing I want to talk about.
Yeah.
I want to talk about our 10-day challenges.
Yes.
So one of the big projects that Heather and I did while we were here on the entrepreneur retreat was we were both doing 10-day challenges, and I want to invite you guys to join them. So why don't you talk about your 10-day challenge first?
My 10-day challenge is called the 10-day tackle. And basically my mission is to help people share their stories through digital media. I truly believe that everyone has a story worth sharing. But I think the thing that holds people back is the intimidation of technology and getting in front of the camera, where I'm thinking like, we've never had these tools before. Why wouldn't you share your story and make a positive impact on somebody? And there's, you know, it's a very intimidating process, but that's why I created this challenge. Is I want people to get out of their own heads, stop holding themselves back, and just make 10 videos and document yourself overcoming a challenge and not having to focus on like fancy editing, fancy equipment. It's just the story and your perspective, and just doing it every day for 10 days. So if you want to check it out, 10daytackle.com.
Yeah, sign up. I signed up. I'm terrified of doing 10 videos in 10 days, but I feel like this is exactly what I need. If there is anyone that can attest to Heather's expertise, I'm one of them for sure, because she inspired me to start this channel, like I mentioned. And so if you are looking to do the same thing and you're watching, sign up. It's gonna be fun. We can all do it together.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really great. Going off of that, she has challenged me to be part of the 10-day challenge, and since I am doing a 10-day challenge as well, I thought I would coincide both and kind of like run them parallel. So if you want to get more productive, you want to be more organized, you want to be able to just live a more fulfilled, happy, and intentional life, sign up for my 10-day challenge. It is called the
10 Days to Productivity?
10 Days to Productivity.
Yeah. 10 days
It
to
is.
productivity.
I can't freaking remember my own freaking challenge.
We've been swimming in like ideas.
Yeah, 10 days to productivity. If you want to sign up, I will leave a link in the description below, but you can sign up on JustKissa.com and register there. We're starting on Monday, February 25th. I hope to see you there. It's going to be 10 days of me just walking through with you how I personally have set up my productivity workflow to hopefully inspire you to create your own and take just tips and tricks that you get from me to fully customize yours, because it's to be said, everyone's workflow and everyone's process is so different. So I'm not trying to make you do exactly what I do, but I really want to encourage you. I want to be there for you to help you, you know, figure out what apps works best for you, if a planner works best for you. You guys know I use my digital planner. Whatever works for you, I'm here to give you feedback, to give you help, and to answer your questions. So join that 10-day challenge.
And especially if you're an entrepreneur or thinking about pursuing entrepreneurship, I would highly encourage doing this 10-day productivity challenge with Carissa, because that's what I did in us being accountability partners, is that she helped me put a system in place to help me run a business. I had no idea how to be my own boss, you know, and like how to prioritize and stuff like that. And she's going to go through all of that with you. So I definitely highly encourage it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the testimonial.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I am so grateful that you guys are here. If you haven't already, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you check out Heather's stuff in the links below. Thank you guys so much. See you in the next video. Bye.